Welcome to Just One Song. My name is Kurt Boehmke, and in this program, our goal is to write one song in 45 minutes or less. But the song doesn't have to be good, it just has to exist. With me for this episode is Leandro Barrientos. Leo's a good friend of mine, and he actually has a role on this show, aside from being our guest songwriter for this episode. Leo, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Just One Song?
Advisor, philanthropist, billionaire. I just watched Iron Man.
Oh, I was say, I'd like a little bit of your funding. Would you like to sponsor us?
In the times of COVID, we got a billionaire benefactor. This is like the least of a billionaire's. There's an episode of The Simpsons where Ron Howard is in it, and they're driving in the car. Have you seen that episode? And no. The kids are like, "Dad, we need to get to the zoo." Before they make, like, it's an animal they make up, like, the Snorphalorphicus is going to sleep. And then Ron Howard's like, oh, they only show those animals to the rich people.
So anyway, Leo is our comedic consultant on the show.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's so dry and boring. I don't want to say. I'm just like helping out, consulting with. I do corporate digital marketing, so I'm just making sure.
I tell people you're our marketing director to make you sound cool.
Cool. Yeah. So, titles are part of the corporate jargon culture that I'm super down for because it makes you sound a lot more important than you really are. Yeah. Just as long as the acronym, like it's not like CEO or the COO, it's not like. Oh, he was the official FAP. Or, something. Financial advising
person.
Person. He was the senior FAP.
The senior. I don't want to imagine.
Or like the world analyst portfolio. He's the WAP.
Purveyor.
You can say that on this show, right? It's music. We didn't spell it out. You can say it on this show.
Really,
which, by the way,
either, but, you know.
NPR named WAP their number one song for 2020, which was partly, I feel like they were trolling all those snobby music elitists that are like, oh, if you haven't heard of this obscure song that Bjork released before she was Bjork, then you're not a real music fan. And there were so many pissed off people on NPR Music, and I loved it. I loved WAP. I thought it was great. It was irreverent and saucy.
It was bold.
It was bold. Like Pace Picante. Remember those Pace Picante commercials from the 90s? Where it was a bunch of cowboys. That's a great line. 1995, I was barely alive. That's a song lyric. I'm going to write that one down. See, we're already starting. 1995. I was barely alive. Look at Kurt. You're a poet, and you didn't know it. Anyway, Pace Picante commercial, 90s.
Let's get back on track.
Pace Picante. This is I want the audience to know, your listeners, this is the third time that we've tried to record a podcast. And because the first one went 3.5 hours long.
It corrupted. We actually had a song. Yeah. And it corrupted, so we couldn't use it. The second one, we just talked about... Leo goes, that would just talk about things, it's fine. And it was another 3-hour long episode. And at the end, we're like, hey, we should probably try writing a song. And we did. And we didn't, actually. We didn't write a song.
We didn't. We tried to, but we were both asleep. And the song would have been titled Triple Z Z-Top. You okay?
No, I'm fine.
So happy 2021, everyone.
Happy 2021.
This probably won't air until
February, maybe.
February of 2021.
At the end of this month. I got to get 2 more shows out.
Don't put pressure on yourself like that, Kurt. This is all about fun and the creative process. Yeah, and you sound like a corporate wig at the big studio that's trying to get the artist to make music that they don't really want to make. Like we were just talking about Father John Misty.
I want to make money off of young people's ambitions.
Yeah, the music industry.
That's
which...
It.
How indicative of late stage capitalism and like propaganda 1960s Cold War era baby boomer like the music industry is like so rife with all of that, like, oh, the American dream, you can be a rock star, Jimmy, all you got to do is steal music from the black kids and sing it as a white guy and you'll be making millions. That was multi-leveled because we talked about the appropriation of pretty much all popular music that we listen to was invented by poor black people or brown people.
You know what's funny? I guess this isn't funny at all. But I worked at...
It's a little funny.
I used to work at Warner Music Group. I worked for Warner Chappell. And in my downtime, which there was a lot of, and I'm not going to say too much here because I got to be careful. But I would go through... I was a legal assistant. So in my downtime, I would be reading legal files. And I came across some legal files of a band known as Led Zeppelin. And I can't say what happened, what I read in those files, except I think I can say that there were a lot of out-of-court settlements from this group.
You can totally say it, because that's public knowledge.
I can't say, yes.
Don't say the songs, or don't say the cases themselves, but it is public knowledge that they've had multiple... I mean, say what you want about Led Zeppelin. They're great in the scope of what they are, which was like a kind of toxic masculine male 1960s rock group. Yeah. A lot of good songs came out of it, but they also jacked all of their sound. Well, like they that whole crew, Eric Clapton, who was also a like outspoken racist. Yeah. By the way, Eric Clapton is the butt rock of the 1960s. Like, I cannot stand Eric Clapton. People are like, "Oh, brother, you don't need to play Eric Clapton's God." Like, get it out of here. Eric Clapton. Not only is he a terrible human being, he sucks. Do you ever go on a Spotify or like pull out an Eric Clapton album? Like, oh, this is what I want to listen to right now. No.
So my dad read Eric Clapton's autobiography, and I was like, "Dad, should I read it?" And he goes, "No." He's like, this is the most uninspired thing I've ever read. It was just like super boring. Yeah. Like he was so disappointed that there was no like quality, or not, what's the word? There was like it just came across as very shallow, and there was nothing to it.
No depth.
And, you think about that with like someone like Eric Clapton, like. And Led Zeppelin, like I was going to say with Led Zeppelin, I knew it's not a secret that they stole so much of their music, but just the sheer amount of lawsuits that I read was staggeringly, was way more than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be a lot.
If you look at it in the large scale of things, like you have these British colonizers that come over and they bring slaves to the Americas for hundreds of years, and they torment and psychologically like damage a whole people group for generations that develop music. This people group develops music and a cultural way of keeping who they are intact. And that is their innate language and their cultural identity. And then like 200 years later, a coked out kid from London that is probably like a distant relative from those colonizers steals that music and makes millions of dollars off of it.
Yeah.
No.
Not okay. Not okay. No, I'm with you. It's just funny reading that autobiography. It's like, you didn't have the struggle that, like, reading James Brown's autobiography, like, say what you want about the guy, like, that's incredible to hear, to see his life and what he went through and the things he experienced. You know, there's something behind it, but I don't know, like, it was just.
I want to tell the audience. Want to tell the audience right now, we're not pandering. We're not trying to get sympathy for the the cool or uncool things to say. We're just making a statement of, like, historically, the reason why Led Zeppelin has so many open court case or settled out of court cases from artists, which were all probably older black artists, was because they just straight up stole their source material.
I don't think they considered. I'm not trying to justify what they did. I'm just saying, like, in their mind, they didn't consider it stealing. Led Zeppelin, at least. I mean,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't think you're stealing. If you murder someone, regardless, like, I was just trying to help him hold his breath underwater for 10 minutes. You still killed someone.
What's the book? Crime and Punishment?
Oh yeah, Dostoevsky.
Yeah, Raskolnikov, the main, the protagonist, but he's not the good guy. You can be the protagonist is the main character, I guess. But he believes he was better.
Yeah,
anti-hero. But he believes he's better than other people, and it entitled him to kill someone. He thought it felt like it entitled him to kill someone, and he did. And then he realized, I guess I shouldn't have killed her. And it's like, well, but no, I mean, like, I think the difference is like, Eric Clapton, and this, you could call this slander, I guess, but he's kind of racist.
No, he is racist. There's like,
he is?
There was
definitively. I'm thinking of his when he got drunk at his show. Yeah, no, he's racist. I just trying to I don't want to say anything that's going to get me sued.
He's a reformed racist. You can say whatever you want. This is America.
But he he gave a concert and he got on stage and he was like, "Keep England white."
Yeah, that's exactly. So I don't know if you can make an assumption whether or not. And I don't want to just throw around the word racist,
but that is racist.
That's such a popular thing to do. But dude, your entire career is predicated off of people that are not white, and you make a comment saying that you need to keep your country white. Mr. Clapton, credit where it's due. Nothing against people. I wonder how many people. First off, I wonder how many people are going to listen to this show. Second, I wonder how many people are like diehard Eric Clapton fans. There's way more Led Zeppelin fans there are Eric Clapton fans.
How many people we just lost? How many likes we're going to lose on this show?
I can't wait. That's how I'm going to share this on my Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to be like, I talk about how much of a steaming pile of poop Eric Clapton is, and people are like, "No way, brother."
Okay, so it's like. So, you and I were talking earlier about A Horse with No Name by America. And it kind of led me to conversations I've had with people about separating the music from the artist.
Case by case? Can we say that? Can we say it's a case by case issue?
100%.
Like, I still listen to Sam Cooke. So as a musician, you and I disagree on the... not validity of lyrics, but on the, I think lyrics are important, but I do not think they need to be grammatically correct. Grammatically correct. We had an argument pre-podcast recording about whether or not the ending line of the chorus in A Horse with No Name was cheesy, and I think...
I didn't say it was cheesy. I said it didn't make any sense.
It's just bad. You think it's just bad. I think it exists in this 1950s, 1960s celluloid spaghetti western.
Okay.
They were just so trying to live in that world.
So your argument is that the song has a deeper meaning, right?
Not that it has a deeper meaning. I just take it at face value. Not everything needs to be
So you take it at face value.
Not everything needs to be Leonard Cohen.
Leo, what's the lyric? What's the line?
I don't know. You read it. You're the one mad at it.
It's because the line is, all right, the chorus of the song goes, "I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to get out of the rain." I love that lyric. That's great. In the desert, you can remember your name, okay? Because this is my issue, the biggest problem I have with this song is this one line. 'Cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
And I say that sounds like vernacular.
Sense.
That sounds like vernacular of the homesteaders, late 1800s, prospectors. Ain't no one for to give you.
It sticks out from the rest of the song because Kurt, it's like
Kurt. You know what? Cancel it. Why don't you just cancel the song?
Leo?
Because you don't like it.
Nobody
else should like it. My dad sang that song at a Michigan high school. As a Filipino immigrant in the 70s, and he burned down an auditorium. So if you're going to cancel it, you're going to have to go through that. Okay?
I'll dig up the records, the arson records. And I'll say it's because of America, the band.
To get my dad
and the country,
from burning down a high school in the 70s.
Oh, geez.
CIA is listening. We found him! The America arsonist. He wasn't American. He's Filipino. He just listened to America.
Great country. Good laws.
Oh, great. I was talking to my brother. So I'm Argentinian and Filipino.
Yeah.
And I always say both. My brother's like, no, I just tell people I'm Filipino. I'm like, dude, that's ballsy. I'm going to start doing that now. Can you say ballsy on your podcast?
No.
God, that is brave. Oh, that's stunning.
I'll leave it. I'll make a statement to the advertisers. So next time you hear the ad for Lysol, you can think ballsy.
You can also play the... Never mind. I'm not going to go down that path. Let's write a song, Kurt. This is so fun.
So I asked you about 5 minutes ago to tell us about yourself as a musician.
Sure.
And you took that as to assault me on my opinions.
Verbally assault you.
On an objectively broken song. That sounds great.
Broken song.
Mm.
I would say that the sales and the platinum status of that song would disagree with your... That is a hit. That is like on the playlist of every classic rock station across the country.
Certified gold, not platinum.
Semantics. Platinum gold.
Here we go. America's self-titled debut album was released initially in Europe without A Horse with No Name and achieved only moderate success. It was originally called Desert Song.
Tight.
Come on, man. It's called Desert Song. That's not fair. There is a great song called Desert Song by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. So
I saw that band at Coachella 2010. It was their first big festival debut, or was it 2009? 2009. And I was like, dude, this band is going to be like watching something really cool. Janis Joplin. That's what I couldn't think of. Janis Joplin. Like seeing a band at Woodstock. And I hate to be that old. You brought up the fact that I was old when we first
right off the bat.
Right off the bat, he's much older than I am. I actually have grays coming in, but I hate to be the guy that's like, man, Coachella used to be so cool. It really did used to be really cool, kids. Really cool. It was the best. That was a really, really poor attempt at trying to sound like a Donald Trump.
Oh, I just thought you were channeling your inner Jack Black.
Oh, man. Trump, I don't spend enough time trying to do impersonations. That's why I'm not good at it, but I feel like it's one of those things that you practice at, but I also feel like you're a psychopath if you practice impersonations all the time.
I'm so happy we have to wear masks because, I am. Because I can talk to myself and practice my stupid impressions all the time.
I secretly, we're all a little crazy. I secretly wish I practiced impersonations a little bit.
Dude, I will talk to myself, argue with myself or make points. I just have conversations with myself and I'll be walking in the store and then I'm talking and someone will look at me and I'll be like, I'm on the phone and I'll point at my ear and there's nothing in my ear.
That's perfect.
Even worse.
So you're even crazier. That's actually that's indicative of a healthy internal dialogue and healthy brain function when you have an internal monologue with yourself. As long as there's not other voices that you hear, I think that's when you need to go see.
It's just Winnie the Pooh telling me to buy more rock candy. I've never bought rock candy in my life. But he's there.
Disneyland rock candy. Rock candy is a farce. It is not real. It is too hard. Why would you ever suck on something that long?
I thought it was originally meant for just stirring into coffee.
Really?
Yeah, they put it on the wooden sticks. You're supposed to stir that in your coffee.
Probably the same time era that people used to talk like the America song lyrics. You got to get that rock candy, or else no one's gonna
Third grade.
Give you for no name. For no name.
There ain't no one for to give you no pain.
So a little bit about me as a musician. I'm a mediocre songwriter. I just put out a lot of stuff, and I'm good at making. I'm good at marketing my delusions of grandeur. with a healthy dose of misplaced confidence, and also knowing, like, not really caring whether or not that rock star prima donna mentality of wanting to be a rock star went away early on. I'm just dealing with the mortal coil of, like, hey, you know what? I am able to process a lot of these emotions, and music is a way of communicating for me and myself. I'm being completely forthright and honest right now.
No, you are. Yeah, that's why I'm not laughing at you.
I think music is a communication tool, and if you don't do it, and a lot of musicians feel this way, if you don't do it, you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna put my guitar down. I had to step away from playing guitar for a while. I was a little of a bit of an addiction to some substances, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to restart. And rediscovering the guitar and relearning how to play was super helpful, and made me realize, I was like, oh, I don't need any of that other stuff to be creative or create music. But I also realized that I need music, and it is a very healthy way of going through your own head and dealing with emotions and stuff. So
yeah,
but that's me as a musician in a nutshell. I've put out several albums through a couple bands. The longest band I was in was a band called Castle Pines. We're on the Spotify. You can check us out. And we just started recording a new album with a new band called we're called Breezy, and we just started tracking some new stuff. But yeah,
cool.
I take all of my music with a very whimsical, fun approach. I'm very democratic when it comes to writing with other people, and I've gotten to the point where, like, I know all the check marks I need to check off, and like I would love to write a hit song, but at the same time, like, I'm not really trying to do that. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. And,
well, one thing we learned the second time we tried to record this show is you can't force it. You can't force a song.
That is completely true. I started reading, ironically, this podcast is called Just One Song. I started reading How to Write Just One Song by Jeff Tweedy, lead singer of Wilco.
Okay.
And his approach is Dylan-esque, where he said, just sit down, even just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, have some sort of like formed, not idea, but like some sort of discipline behind it. Like, here's 3 things you want to check off. Even if you can only do 5 minutes, here's a chord progression that you wrote.
Well, it's all about developing the process, the creative process.
For you, don't beat yourself up. Come from a place of some sort of structure, but make it a routine, make it a habit. And a lot of people it's one of those things like, oh man, I wish I could play tennis like Federer, or you probably won't ever play tennis like
Roger Federer,
or you probably won't ever, play guitar like Jimi Hendrix.
Sure.
But the world already has Jimi Hendrix, and the world already has Roger Federer. Sit down with your guitar and do it for you. It's so, the things that you get out of songwriting are so joyful and life affirming. Sometimes they're not joyful. Sometimes you have to deal with some super heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I went through that the other day. I was looking at old song lyrics that I wrote, and I was like, a lot of my song lyrics are about religion or a critique on religion, because I come from a background in evangelical Christianity, and I left the church over the course of 10, 12 years, just because, my own personal shortcomings, and then just being burnt out and being kind of like, and I'm not being anti-religion here, I was just kind of like reconciling my time of like, the things that they're talking about don't really necessarily
translate
to the expectations of what they're saying. Or they're not translating. They're not practicing what they preach. But I was looking at lyrics that I wrote, and I was like, man, a lot of this is me kind of like having a dialogue with, you can call it God, you can call it a higher power, but just like kind of like questioning these things that I was brought up to believe, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Question everything, fear nothing, question everything.
Hold on to what is good.
And I think there's a resurgence, I don't know, of people that are really coming to terms with kind of like the trauma that a lot of these like archaic, very dogmatic religious institutions have kind of put on people and have made a lot of people step away from the faith. I haven't lost my faith. I just think it's changed, and I think I've changed as a person. That's besides the point. Actually, no, it's not. It makes me the songwriter that I am. The reason I brought that quote up, though, was my dad went back to school, and he got his master's degree. I was 19 years old. He got it at Laverne. This is still when I live in Oregon. I live right outside of Portland, Oregon, right next to an Antifa building. And
all right.
No, I'm just kidding. That's what the media shows about Portland all the time. Like, Antifa's peeing in the hot dog on a stick stand. Like, but yeah, I saw that someone stood up on the building behind where they were giving the award ceremony for the graduation of my dad, and unrolled this sheet, and on the sheet it said, "Fear nothing, question everything." And I was like, yes. And I feel like I was the only one that saw it. And it stuck with me to this day. So let's write a song, Kurt. How about that?
No, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
No, let's write a song.
Okay, I was like, all right, well, round 4 will be it. Oh, it is 10:30. My lord. But
it's okay. We're getting there. Okay, well, Leo, how do you write a song? What do you do? What's your first step?
It's usually, sometimes it comes from lyrics. It's most of the time it comes from music first, where I'll just be messing around on the guitar, just tinkering until I hear something and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I'll try to like build off of that. It's kind of like Legos, where you just kind of keep on stacking until you're like, oh, I like that. It helps to write too with a band, because I feel like you can come to a band with like a half-baked idea. But when it comes to just coming up with verse, chorus, bridge, it's very music-based or a feeling-based.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times I used to record, I would play shows without lyrics written, record the shows, and just talk gibberish until I found a melody. Then I would go back and listen to those recordings, and then I would write lyrics to those recordings. That, like, the first album that I recorded with Castle Pines was like that. I would kind of have some certain idea, like vague idea, general direction I wanted to go, and then I would jot down lyrics on top of it. It honestly depends on this, on like where I'm at. Now I'm a little bit more structured. I'll sit down with like a chord change and then lay something on top of it. I know we're not supposed to bring in stuff already made. I was playing around. Let's get rid of this capo. All right, you have a capo on?
I put a capo on because you put a capo on.
I put a capo on because I thought you put a capo on. So a capo, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like the majority of the people that listen to the show are musicians themselves, so they're gonna know what a capo is. But for those of you that don't know what a capo is, for non-guitar players, it holds down an entire fret on the guitar and raises your guitar's notes, the scale that you have, the 6 strings.
Like transposes it up a half step.
Depending on how many frets you put up. Right now, yes, we're up a half step.
Yeah, because we're on the first fret.
Was that G? Sharp?
Yeah.
A flat. Yeah. So we can just tinker. I love been really into like major. So I was into the major 7s kick for a long time, and I was like, wow, there's so many places you can go musically on a major 7th. And then I started getting I'm really heavy in the dominant 7th kick, where there's so much you can do, like as far as like modulating or like just playing modes over like that.
Yeah. Dominant sevenths are good for like substituting chords, but it's always going to be the 5 chord of anything. So if you're going, it's the dominant seventh is always the 5th chord. So D7, D dominant 7 is the 5 of. Oh, this is D dominant 7 is the 5 of G. So it's always going to resolve back to the 1.
To the 1, sure.
Unless you move that down. But all of a sudden now you're playing in a different key, or you're borrowing from another key. I like major ninths.
Major tom.
So let's do like an A sharp major 7, right? It sounds nice. The major ninth. It just has I think it has a more peaceful feeling. I describe the major 7th as very melancholy, but the major 9th is very peaceful. You hear what I mean?
I use that.
But they're interchangeable.
So you're playing the B on top. Well, we're up a half step, so you're playing the B on top of that A. I like that.
It's a A sharp, B flat.
So we do. I like that. What's that? Diminished. That is the opposite of diminished.
Augmented.
Augmented. With that the 9 on there, that's kind of cool. Stole that. I've always wanted to use that from a back to the Christian worship song. It was in D, but they have there's a chorus that does basically a 4/5. I don't know. What do you think of that? That we'll use your A sharp 9 or B flat 9. B flat augmented add 9.
I like that.
Let's put some little pep in the step, though. I think that.
A sharp, 9, major 9th.
A sharp, major 9.
Then we move that up
A
to
augmented, add 9. And then it's like a over G minor. Then E flat, major 7. That's kind of cool. I use that doo-wop minor opposite of a Picardy third.
Oh, do you go down to...
that's cool. I like that. To D minor. I feel like writing this as B flat would be a better language than to use the A sharp.
Oh, old habits die hard.
Say some nonsensical stuff. We were talking about... Oh, I had a word I would really liked early today. Was it El Chapo? I like the idea of El Chapo being like a folk hero to like poor Mexican community outside of like the drug cartel war, because and then what else did we say? 1995, I was barely alive. That was you, Kurt.
Thanks.
Or you said 90s, I was barely alive. So, but that rhymes.
I was only 2 in 1995, so... Sounds nice. It reminds me of, I gotta say, it reminds me a little bit of your song, Black Star Canyon.
That one's a weird chord change.
I love that song, man.
Remember if I know how to play it. That was before I knew
Ricky?
I knew a little bit about music theory. No, Nicky played on that one. I knew Ricky. I've known Ricky Garvey. He'd be a great guy to have.
I gotta stop trying to finish your sentences. I'm getting them wrong. Guess we're not soulmates.
We're on a different brain length today. All right, let's get some lyrics on this. I feel like, do we like that? Do we like that?
I like the feel of it.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds good. If you walk it down after E flat, you go down to D minor, then to C minor, F minor, down to
F major,
F dominant seventh, That's fine. It's a walk down. I mean, you can call that a little cliche, but I'll take it. It sounds nice.
We just, because you're so against lyrical ambiguity, we can just
stop it.
Re-say the same.
I brought up one song, and it's a lyric.
El Chapo. El Chapo. El Chapo sells me drugs, sells me hugs, is the thug I want to be. El Chapo, where are you? We got a hit.
I owe him money.
No, I mean, we don't have to. I like the idea of a
we're not doing that.
Mexican drug cartel.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the cover of Boys in the Hood by Dynamite Hack?
No.
The Eazy song. So they basically take like a trap song, like one of the greatest hip hop songs of the 90s, Boys in the Hood, and they put it with a like kind of down tempo acoustic to it. It's great. I'm going to send you the song. It's fantastic. That would be a cool kind of take a. I like that.
Adam Neely did a great video on why there's no covers in the rap community.
Of other rappers?
Yes. Like it's frowned upon in the hip hop world. And like it's kind of like when white dudes bring their guitars and they do like an acoustic version of these rap songs.
Of Trigger by R. Kelly.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like it's like toothless because it completely misses the point of rapping, which is being exposed, being vulnerable, being open, letting your thoughts flow freely. I mean, this is me totally summarizing this video in a very odd way in my own understanding of hip hop. But it's like you're not making a statement by covering a rap song with an acoustic guitar because it's not your original idea.
Sure.
I think it's called biting. If you take someone else's idea and use it as your own, that's called biting. And it's frowned upon because it's not your idea. Like Snoop Dogg did his own version of a famous rap song, or he got in trouble for it because it was
a fascinating topic. Because on the other side, sampling is huge in the hip hop culture. So
okay,
you're not taking lyrical content though.
No, you're taking musical content.
Fragments.
Yes.
So the Dynamite Hack song, I think, is, and I don't know very many other covers of like rap songs. I have heard those like super cheesy acoustic YouTube videos that were popular 10 years ago.
It's because it's frowned upon.
Super cringy. The Dynamite Hack song is actually a really good cover of Eazy-E.
Send it to me. I'll listen to it.
It's great. If you're going to do it, you should need to not reinvent the wheel, but like put your own stank on it, you know?
Well, you just got to lose the guitar and just rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to rap, you don't need the guitar. Because I don't know about you, but as a musician and sometimes a performer, I definitely feel more secure when I have the guitar in my lap. But when I don't have it, I feel exposed. And that exposure is kind of very much a part of rapping and being a part of that. Do you know what I mean? It's just you and your words. And the only enemy is stopping. And relying on a crutch.
In your words. I like that line. You and your words. So let's get into this.
Yeah, let's do a not rap song.
American kids. American kids. don't know. I feel like it's too busy. There's a lot. I feel like we're putting a verse mixed in with a bridge, mixed in with a bunch of other stuff.
With the chord progression?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then let's just do, let's get rid of the D minor, make that just a C minor. Let's just go from E flat to C minor. We'll repeat that twice, and then we'll do G minor for half a measure, and then F dominant 7 for the second half, but then let that F dominant 7 carry out into another. We can just let it. So it sounds like this. Holds on. We make that a C minor 7. I went. Maybe okay. You know what? We should do that instead of the walk down from D minor. We should do a C minor to the G minor.
How it hangs out on the G minor. Here's what I'm thinking. That first. The A or B flat.
Well, I was thinking F sharp dominant 7. So C minor for a measure, G minor for a measure, F sharp dominant 7 for a measure, and then it ends on F dominant 7.
It'd be cool to resolve into just some simple hokey, because it's kind of a not complicated, but like a very busy like chord change. American kids with the love of rap. American kids with their love of and hate. You and your words. American kids with their love and hate. You and your words. American kids with the love and hate. You and your words again. Ethan stole my life. I have a hook in my head. I can't fit. The first part has it's busy, but in a good way. It's got the kind of the frilly stuff. I'm thinking because we were talking about the cartel bands. I think it's a good topic to kind of keep in mind. American kids with their love and hate. Let's just pick something in this room. Pick something in your room. We're gonna write about it and we're gonna personify it. You have a broken egg behind you. American kids with their love and hate. You and your words, and a broken plate, and you and your words, and...
Well, slow down. We're jumping into what happened last time.
What's that? What happened last time?
We were rushing through the song, do you remember? Think about what you're writing.
But that's not the point.
Is it?
It's not.
I just remember last time we were doing this, like,
I feel like we're on a way better path on this one because we have more of a concrete idea.
That's fair. Broken. I have the word love all over my bookshelf up there.
Tchotchke love.
Tchotchke. Well, I wouldn't call them tchotchkes. But
well, yeah. I would.
Screw you, man. That's rude.
American kids with the love and hate. Tchotchke love.
On ceramic plates.
Tchotchke love and ceramic plates. And or on?
I'd say and. That's a good idea.
And
that's funny, plates. Like, this idea of being able to love one another, it's just something we put on display to see, but we don't think about it. You keep it on a shelf, and then you don't touch it.
Yeah.
Collecting dust.
Idea. It's an idea. It's like a rock over there. Oh, that's love over there. That's kind of another really cool...
Tchotchke love and ceramic plates, collecting dust.
So we say love in the first line. American kids with their love and hate. Tchotchke hearts. Tchotchke
hearts and ceramic plates. That works.
Tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates. So I think that's the first. American kids with the love and hate. Tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates. Breaking up with a what's something that you wouldn't necessarily associate breaking up with, but could work, that rhymes with plates. Breaking up with a
breaking up with your perfect fate.
Too deep. Breaking up with a pretty face.
We're rhyming with plates? Do you want to do a slant rhyme?
Yeah, we don't need it to be exactly. Breaking up with a pretty face, and then we can say something to kind of like tie that on. Like American kids with their love and hate, tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates. Breaking up with a pretty face.
Watching arsenic and old lace. No, I don't know.
Is that a Gregory Peck movie?
No.
That's an old black and white one.
Is that Gregory Peck?
I think it's Gregory Peck.
He did, what was it? He did,
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm. Might be, you're right.
American kids with love and hate.
Tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates.
Let's start it over. American kids with their love and hate.
Cary Grant.
Tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates. Breaking up with pretty face is what American kids like to do. It's me and you. Breaking up with a pretty face is what all the cool kids like to do. You laughed, and I was dead serious.
Leo.
So I think that's a good first verse phrase.
No, don't brush that
kids with the love and hate, plates and ceramic plates, breaking up with a pretty face. It's what the cool kids like to do. It's me and you.
It's me and you.
It's me and you.
I feel like we're describing the naivete of youth.
Of young love. I think that's great. And it's fragile like a ceramic plate, you know, and it's not what real love is, and it's kind of sensationalized. And
it's like writing a song. You got to practice, man.
Yeah. What all the cool kids do. It's like, oh, man, I want to have that. A very Americana. I like that.
It's good.
American kids with the love and hate. I keep reading that friggin' line. American kids with love and hate. Tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates. Breaking up with the pretty face. It's me and you. We gotta finish that first line. American kids with the love and hate, tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates, breaking up with a pretty face. What the cool kids do, it's me and you. Even if I think the result to that F major is too harsh until we do it the second time around, but going back to the E flat.
Well, so, from the G minor.
Yeah.
Well, I was suggesting we go from a G minor to an F dominant 7 down to F7. You see what I mean? So it goes,
like a walk down?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a harsh turnaround that would take us better into. I feel like it sits nicer with that E flat after the G minor, and then when we turn and go into the chorus, we can do that.
I was going to say, so for the lyrics, you said, it's what the cool kids do, it's me and you, but is it true?
But is it true? Beautiful. It's what all the cool kids like to do.
It's me and you, but is it true? I like the woos you were doing, too. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, are we modulating? To G sharp?
I would just, yes. That could be, all of the songs that, a lot of them came out, if they weren't like the teen heartbreak ones of like Susie Q driving her car off the canyon, it was all about these like, and it was part of like post World War II culture of like, oh, this grooming puppy love of like, oh, it's going to be perfect, me and you're my angel, but it's not really like that in real life. So I think it's cool to kind of, all right, so let's finish this first verse.
I thought we got it.
Kids with the love and hate, tchotchke hearts and ceramic plates, breaking up with a pretty face. Is it true? Let's keep with that theme. Married on the 4th of July.
This is, yeah, okay.
Let's just speed up 20 years or like 5 years in the future. Married on the 4th of July. My lyrics are all over the place. It's me and you, but is it true? Okay. Married on the 4th of July.
Shoot, man, this theme of this song is really sad. It's like this is a marriage falling apart.
Yeah. What more American can we get? Married on the 4th of July.
The both of us were like baseball and pie. I don't know. I'm just thinking like American.
Married on the 4th of July. Lost.
Not yet.
No. It's about the marriage. Married on the 4th of July. Lost your ring. Made you cry. Just an idea. We can get rid of it. Lost your ring. Married on the 4th of July.
Felt so good, I thought I could fly.
No, it's too straightforward. I like the kind of Married on the 4th of July, like a diamond in the sky. Married on the 4th of July.
Whose perspective are we telling this from?
From the dude. That he's kind of imagining.
Oh, this is
life.
From the dude's perspective. Okay.
Yeah. American kids with their love and hate, tchotchke hearts, ceramic plates, breaking up with a pretty face. It's what all the cool kids like to do. It's me and you, but is it true? Married on the 4th of July, lost your ring.
I don't know. Lost your ring. Not a cloud there in the sky.
No, I feel like we're...
Ain't no one for to give you no pain.
There you go. Ain't no one for to give you no pain. God, that's pretty terrible. Right on the 4th of July.
Yes, thank you.
Pretty terribly awesome.
Oh God, that's all I wanted, man. Since we started our phone call.
How about we don't get to marriage yet? Let's not tell a story yet. Let's met you on the 4th of July.
Met you on the 4th of July?
Met you on the 4th of July.
Kissed you on the 4th of July.
There you go. No. Because he's imagining this. This hasn't happened yet.
Oh, he's imagining that?
This isn't a story. He's imagining... This is like the fascination of like love of what this peddled to us. We were talking about what's peddled to us through the media. This is kind of like what was peddled to this kid in like 1960s.
Well, then 4th of July. I wouldn't say the 4th of July. Then I don't think it's
what?
It's not a romance. I think 4th of July. I don't think of romance.
Hell yeah! What are you talking about?
Valentine's
Fireworks? Day. No, my God, that is so cliche. Met you on the 4th of July. We are on the American.
The point, isn't it?
No, it's not. Met you on the 4th of July. I'm sticking with that.
All right.
4th of July. Met you on the 4th of July.
Like a diamond in the sky. I freaking love that.
What?
I love like a diamond in the sky. That's just great. Where's that from? I'm kidding.
Who wrote that? That's amazing. It's a non-used Leonard Cohen verse.
Like a diamond in the sky. It's one of the 57 verses he wrote for Hallelujah.
Met you on the 4th of July.
Well, I met you on the 4th of July, like a diamond in the sky. And you don't really care for hot dogs, do you?
Met you on the 4th of July. We had 1995. I was barely alive. Met you on the 4th of July.
95. We were barely alive. No, because that's still like it's a story.
Yeah. Met you on the 4th of July.
Met you on the 4th of July. Too young to know that look in your eye. I don't know. Shy?
Too young to know what made me shy.
What made me so shy?
Not shy. Don't even put so. Made me shy. Met you on the 4th of July. Too young to know what made me shy. Away. Continue that line. Away from what?
The crowds and prying eyes.
Away from... Well, specifically around her and him initiating. So he's imagining this whole situation of like them falling in love, but he's just too much of a coward to like even go talk to her. So met you on the 4th of July, too young to know what made me shy, away from the...
The is such a weird word.
It
Something
is.
Copland taught us. It's very clumsy.
It depends how you use it.
It's like got to be very passing. Like it's a passing word.
If you use it as a syllable beat, what are you really away from? What you really want is companionship when you're a little kid.
I always valued privacy with a partner. I always appreciated when people weren't singing.
Away from crowds.
Curious eyes.
Away from crowds.
Nosy eyes. That's funny. The nose and the eyes.
I like that. Away from crowds and nosy eyes. Because you can smell what the rock is cooking. I met you on the 4th of July. Young to know what made me shy. Away from the crowd and nosy eyes. You got a good look. You got a did we say pretty face? You got a good look.
We said pretty face before.
You got it real bad. He can be talking to himself. You got it real bad.
Well, he's referring to himself in the first person though.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't say you've got it real. Said I've got it real bad.
You got it real. Where's that fall? Met you on the 4th of July. Maybe shine away from your crowd.
Oh, it was too soon to say goodbye.
Let's leave that rhyme. I got it real bad.
I've got it bad.
What?
Just don't say real. I've got it bad.
I got it bad. I got it bad. I got it bad. A case of... Got it bad. A case of... I was going to say ire.
Ire?
I got it bad. A case of... I got it bad. Case of you. That's a case of you. But is it true? But it ain't true. I got it bad. A case of you. Is it true?
You know, funny thing is, like, when I think about when I was in high school and dating and like having all these really bad experiences, I had a partner who cheated on me, and I just like I think about all my failed relationships, and I'm just kind of like, God, I'm glad they failed. Oh, thank goodness they failed. You know, like I learned so much about myself through those failures.
Yeah.
And
failure is the best teacher.
It is. It's horrible. I hate it so much. But like, I just that's just kind of what you learn going through these bad relationships in high school, and until you inevitably meet the person who is going to be the one you just stop making those relationship ending mistakes with, and finding the chemistry. So I don't know. This seems like it's a song about becoming jaded to that process.
Reconciling with the fact that, like, this puppy love, this high school love is not what life's all about, and you learn from that failure. I like that. I think let's get a chorus going.
I think she should. If we do, we want to do one more verse or keep the chorus going?
Let's get the chorus going because I feel like we got what, two verses.
We can do one more.
Okay.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like she cheats on him, but he recognizes his shortcomings and he gets it. I don't want
to be so specific. Like, let's be a little bit more.
No, I mean, like, but
shrouded.
I'm saying that's what literally happens, and then let's bury that up, and like his shortcomings is we can essentially what drove her to get what she needed from someone else.
You were late.
Unimpressed by what I had.
To the matinee.
I thought I had it really bad.
You were late to the matinee.
Turns out you needed more. Something.
Yeah, no, that's true. You were late to the matinee.
Oh, yeah, but you're, like, ignoring it. Oh, my gosh. You're doing the chorus.
No, I'm doing another verse. You were late to the matinee.
How about thought you had it really bad?
Thought you had it? So that's the first part of the third verse?
Like, he assumed that her feelings were the same.
Thought you had it really bad.
Unimpressed with what I had.
Unimpressed with my dad. Thought you had it really bad.
Unimpressed with what I had.
She stood him up.
How about I'm going with you all you needed more. I gladly walked out of that door.
What's the line from Horse with No Name? The last line that you hate?
'Cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
Showed up late to the matinee. We ain't got much left to say. We could have had it.
So are we writing two different verses at the same time?
Yeah, we'll see which one's better.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were doing that.
We could have had it. Or we can use both. Showed up late to the matinee. We ain't got much left to say. We could have had it like they... Showed up to the matinee. Ain't got much left to say. We could have
Okay, I got it. Here's my version. Thought you had it really bad. Unimpressed with what I had. I gave you all, you needed more. What did I do? I'm not for you. It wasn't true. I know I messed up the chorus.
I like the second half of that. I don't like the first half. It's too straightforward. I think you should describe the scenario around why that happened rather than getting all like caught up in his emotions at the time, rather than describing like what actually what did I do?
What did I do? I'm not for you. It wasn't true.
I like that second half. So let's do...
Okay.
A lot of the previous lyrics are very Americana-esque. The matinee, I feel like, is super, like, golden age movie screen Americana. Matinee, 4th of July... that kind of feeling like of you're associating all these good things with this, what your idea of what you can have with this person, but it's not necessarily true. I like the second half of that verse you just did. So let's add that to my
you're
first
gonna
half.
All right.
Which
I'll take it.
Should have played to the matinee. We got much left to say. Could have had it kind of great. What did I do? I'm not for you. Wasn't true. Oop. And then we can go into like kind of a hokey that like chorusy part.
Okay.
Now we could start talking about his insecurities as a person that led to him coming up with his fascination. I wasn't.
So the chord progression is going to go
B flat, G minor, C minor, F7. I wasn't bright enough.
No.
And we're gonna allude to I wasn't bright enough
to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
To Twinkle Twinkle Little. We can be succinct.
We can totally do it. I wasn't bright enough to be the diamond in your sky.
That is so cheesy.
Oh, come on,
love
man.
It. I wasn't bright enough. I made it up. Made it up like.
Oh, so we're not running with the diamond in the sky?
No, I don't love it. I don't love it.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't bright enough. I made it
to be the twinkle in your eye. I'm going full cheese here, man. I wasn't bright enough.
Let's just talk about his his feelings of inadequacy. I wasn't bright enough to be. I wasn't bright enough.
I think using the word bright is kind of putting us into a hole.
All right, let's get rid of Brett.
Was he smart? Are we talking about intelligence?
No, we're talking about his own feelings of inadequacy now that he has been rejected, and now he's just kind of looking at the whole situation and being like,
"No, I get that."
So
I'd say I wasn't good. Why not good instead of bright? I know good is kind of a lame word.
Because we're going to use bright to have a double entendre. I wasn't bright enough to. He wasn't smart enough. Basically, you don't want to say smart, so he wasn't bright enough.
Okay, so we are going intelligence.
Yeah, but double entendre. It's bright, and it's also like a diamond in the sky.
Oh.
I wasn't bright enough
to to be the apple of your eye.
Well, he's talking about now. He's realizing like he doesn't need to be anything for anyone else, but he's looking at his own inadequacies for him making up this fascination. Wasn't bright.
I guess I'm still trying to think of rhyming the words with like I or shy, but I need to get out of that. That's where my brain is at right now. To be the sunshine in your life. That works.
Yeah, but it's not about her. It's not about the whole purpose of the song is him coming to the conclusion where he's like, oh, I made that all up in my head. I don't need, like, these are my inadequacies and I'm having a reckoning with them. So he's saying, like, was it, like, putting all this stuff on to, like, he can name all the things that he lacks because that's what he thinks that she didn't love, like that unrequited love that she didn't love him back. But at the end of it, he's like, oh, like I'm none of these things, but that's totally fine.
Okay.
Wasn't bright enough. I was.
Oh, how about I wasn't bright enough to see it wasn't right? Because that's him accepting that it wasn't supposed to be a thing.
That works. But right and bright, I mean, yeah, you can have an internal rhyme scheme. Wasn't bright enough to know. I like to see. Yeah, to see. Because we're basing off visuals here. To see it wasn't right.
But now I'm really buff.
Let's do it.
Go to the gym each night.
I'm gonna get real small. And I'm gonna rip you a new...
Page in my book.
Page in my book. I wasn't bright enough. I wasn't right. So now we made the assertion that he was the dodo bird for giving this fantasy all this time. Let's do. We haven't used a simile or a metaphor at all.
One is that a good thing, or you want to use one?
Let's use one. Let's throw it in there. Let's give it a little.
I mean, anything we do is going to be cheese or cliche, you know?
No, it doesn't have to be, though. No, I don't think any of this. We're using cliched, cheesy things, Jinx. But we're talking about... I say he should just start naming off things that he feels he's inadequate in.
Well, how long you want that list to be, man?
This can be the rest of the song. Ooh. I wasn't bright enough. I was the night. Boom.
You really?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe. I don't know. Wasn't bright enough.
Is this the Batman breakup song?
Bright enough. I was the night.
So we're just gonna. Are we listing his? You said we're listing his inadequacies.
Yeah, he's reconciling with who he was trying to be, but he couldn't be in this situation. I wasn't bright enough. I was the night. Plus, it just sounds like Batman.
Is that what we're alluding to?
Yeah, he's Batman. This is the creation of a superhero or serial killer.
But wait, okay, now we have to work on his parents' death. Then let's get that going. You killed my mom and dad.
Well, she was late to the matinee.
Wasn't nice.
She was late to the matinee. He was waiting. The Waynes had gone into Gotham to go watch the opera.
I thought Joe Chill had killed his parents. Turned out it was his girlfriend.
It was his girl that he was courting. They weren't dating yet.
Oh, sorry. You killed my mom and dad. That wasn't nice. That's rude. I don't like that very much. I am the knight. I'm sorry. That's immediately you said that. I'm like, Batman, Leo. Really?
I am the knight.
Couldn't do diamond in the sky? I wasn't bright enough. I was the knight. What did I do? I'm not for you. It wasn't true, Rachel.
We can do. We'll put the stability there. I wasn't bright enough, like a.
No. You turned me off to diamond in the sky. I don't want to do that.
No, I'm not going to do diamond in the sky. Like something in the night.
Like a shadow. Nah.
It has to be one syllable. Like a in the night.
Let's keep it Batman. Let's just do I was the knight.
I wasn't bright enough. I was the night.
I don't know. I think listing his inadequacies is going to be too specific. I think it's going to be a lot. We have to be vague. We have to be general.
We're not going to. This is how we're doing it. We're not going to be like, I was a dumb. So I wasn't bright enough. I was the knight. I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't bright enough. All right, I got it.
Okay.
I wasn't bright enough. I won't hold you tonight.
Oh.
In another afterlife, we will be alright. So he's basically saying like, hey, I'm not gonna be with you, my lady, me lady. And then I wanted to say in another like kind of like dream, but another afterlife, like after this life, maybe in another one, we will be all right.
I like it.
Cool. Chorus. Boom. Done.
All right. So I think we have our song.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's play it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna put these. Oh my god.
Well, are we doing a chorus right after this verse?
I think we should do 2 verses, chorus, instrumental, verse, chorus, 2 times around.
Okay.
So from the second verse into the third one, let's do the second verse again. I met you on the 4th of July. There you go. You got it bad. A case of you. But it isn't true.
Something to your. Now it's your verse, the matinee.
What? Yeah, after the.
What's this called? A Case of You?
No, that's a Joni Mitchell song.
Oh, shoot, it is.
It is.
Oh. What's that Ed Sheeran song, too?
Ginger Boy.
No.
He's so talented, it's ridiculous.
I know. I can't stand it, man. Shape of You.
The Shape of a Case of You. It's tired. Folks, audience, we are tired. There's going to be quite a bit of editing on this one.
Well, let's call it
as there always is with Leo. I think it's a good one. What should we call it?
Tchotchke Hearts.
Tchotchke. Joni loves tchotchke.
Joni loves tchotchke.
This is how you write hits, folks, ladies and gentlemen. This is how. Let's call it Love and Hate. I want to call it American Kids, but that's a Wilco song.
How about just Ceramic Plates?
No, it's too, emo. Call it The Matinee. I like super unassuming, what the heck, The Matinee, what's it about? Well, in the third verse, he talks about getting stood up at a date off the matinee.
But she didn't stand him up. She was just late for it.
Well, she was late to the matinee. I like Matinee.
The Matinee. Oh, it looks like I said manatee. It's fine.
The Manatee. Just call it The Manatee. Jesus, this is the worst song ever written.
It's rude.
It's our song, Kurt. It's our song.
The Matinee. I love it.
I wish this is a great song. There's nothing wrong with this one. We put the capo on the first fret. We came up with some cool stuff. You the A sharp 9, the augmented. But the first song that we ever did was so.
It's pretty good. It was really good. No one will ever hear it.
Breaks my heart. We lost a 3-hour recording session. That's why I don't use GarageBand anymore. I moved to Reaper. Free, by the way, folks. Free, everybody.
We're lucky, though, because tonight's show was only 2.5 hours. So,
thank God.
Whew, it really made my job easy.
I'm going to work through these lyrics, and I'm thinking of a kind of a lo-fi vibe to it, not super acoustic-y. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
With some, tops. We'll do just, super simple. But
right.
we'll make it cool.
I like that. That sounds good. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners before we say goodnight? Or say goodbye?
Yeah, as you can see, everyone's processes are different. I would say, regardless of what you are doing, whatever endeavor, it could be artistic, it could be songwriting. Probably is songwriting because you're listening to this podcast. Keep at it. There is an element to suck. Embrace the suck is what I like to say. If everything is terrible when you first start something, new job, just work through it and keep going. We talked about sometimes the best way to combat complacency is to, even if you do not have the motivation to do it, get up and do something. Sometimes some of your best work comes out of that. But, be kind to yourself and be good to yourself, but also, have the fortitude to just, even if it's just a little bit, 5 minutes a day, whatever it is you're doing. If it's, you want to start running, you want to start making fermented hot sauces, I don't know. Put
5 minutes.
Put a little bit. Put a little teeny bit. 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Because it's honestly, how much time do we spend scrolling through our phones or looking at dumb memes or, 5 minutes is really nothing. And you're investing in yourself. With songwriting, it takes 5 minutes. And the beauty about songwriting, you get sucked into it pretty darn easily. We did 2.5 hours. They just flew by. And there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with this song. Let me tell you that. I like it. I like it a lot, Kurt. I think there's something there. I think we can make it really cool.
I like it too.
It's got good bones. Good song, Kurt. This is fun. This is a good one. I'm glad we powered through it. We did it. We finally finished our episode.
We did. I'm excited to develop this song some more and release this show after some very heavy editing.
Yes, we did talk. Keep some of that stuff in there. Some of it's pretty good.
I'll keep some of it. I'll do a bonus track thing for the future. Well, thank you, Leo, for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And thanks, everyone, for listening. And Stella says hi. And my wife is asleep, so I got to tiptoe to the bedroom and be uber super quiet. But,
me too.
Songwrite every day. Give it your all. No, that's so cheesy. Be realistic. I mean, we're not going to be the next Freddie Mercury. And listener, neither are you. Just ended on a super nihilistic.
So
a dose of realism is so needed.
Keep at it, but you're still going to be terrible.
It's so good to suck at things. It's so good. As a musician, and when you play shows in front of people, the first couple years you do it, it's cringy. It's bad. Like there are people that are just prodigies and amazing, but you're gonna see, even if the audience doesn't notice you. But that pushes you to be better, to practice, to hone your craft, and it's a noble pursuit. But people don't like to feel bad things, and they kind of shy away from I don't want to put myself out there. It's like, well, if you want to be a songwriter, or if you want to be a performer, you got to perform. That's part of the gig, and just it's like a sport, If you competition. Losing a game, falling down, messing up, those all teach you for the next time that you play that sport, and you're just a little teeny bit better the next time. But yeah, I think
that's true.
It's good to step outside your comfort zone.
Thank you, Leo. Again, I'm excited to get this going. Thank you for listening. Just One Song comes to you from Adam Orozco, our co-producer, and the final mixing and mastering engineer. Leandro Barrientos, who you just met, is our director of marketing. And I'm Kurt Boehmke, other co-producer and host of the show. This was Just One Song.